That is how I made my diabetic app, and I've got people trying it out, and my healthy eating app.
Now, the question is, have you quantified a cost for these services? Based on what you know, you can pull in 10K in the next 30 days. I'm not saying go crazy, but what I'm also saying is it's doable.
Well, I got a CPD AI certification course. I learned how to make, just from vibe coding, you're going to be so proud of me now. I just got to implement all this stuff. I learned how to make an app to build your community. I also have another app to make ebooks.
Right. So remind me again the certification that you just got.
The other one is it's CPD Vibe Coding Specialist Certified.
You have this certification?
Yep.
What can you do with this certification?
That is how I made my diabetic app, and I've got people trying it out, and my healthy eating app. In fact, my healthy eating app is the one that I turned in for a grade. I had it already done, but I just had to make sure that I had everything that she wanted on there.
Now, what was the other certification that you working on?
The one that I'm working on is AI Consultant Certification. It's CPD because these two certificates are worldwide.
What does CPD stand for?
I'm going to give you that right now. CPD stands for Continuing Professional Development, and it's worldwide. Accreditation is worldwide.
Now, here's why I asked all these questions. So these certifications made the diabetic app and the healthy eating app possible. Cool. What's your next steps now?
So now what I want to do is, once I get the community going, I want to teach people how they can actually, not only by using my apps, but they can create their own apps. And it doesn't have to be just for healthy eating. You can do apps on anything. Like I did an app to make ebook.
App development and ebook creation?
Yes. And to be able to give them, if they don't understand the vibe coding, be able to give them have them consult with me, and so that I can explain it better to them. Also, I've already had people that, because of my app, ask me if I would make a little like commercial for their business. They have an electrical business, and so they're like, I told them, I was straight up honest with them. I'm not going to lie to anybody. I don't lie to people. It's not me. So I told him, I said, that's something that I haven't done. It's something that I'm looking into. I said, and what I can do is I can create something and let you see it and see if you like. Now, what I create is going to be actually for his business, but it's not going to have his information in it. You know what I mean?
A template for a commercial that he can just drop his stuff in.
No, it's going to be an actual commercial, but it's not going to have his information in it.
So if he's asking for, you're going to do it. So you're going to present something to him and say, hey, here's what I can do.
Yes.
If this interests you, then let's talk.
Yes, exactly.
I love that. So we're going to say, then the next steps for that would be we'll say a commercial mock-up, right? Or
yeah,
that's cool. Mock-up. Yeah, you like
because
that.
See, with the AI consulting, if he says, yeah, he likes that, what I produce, I can give him a price. So let's just say that he says, I like that, but I want it to also have in there where a feature where I can use square footage. The room that needs wiring is 10 by 10. It's this far from the box. How much wire am I going to need?
Wait, why is that important if it's a commercial?
Because that's what he wants. He wants a commercial, and then on the side, he wants this app. But he wants me to present them together.
Tell me about this app. This app is supposed to do square footage.
It's the same concept as the healthy eating and the diabetic, except for with electrical. So he wants an app where he can say, okay, this is how far the box is from the room. How much wire do I need?
Got you. All right, stop right then, write this down. Oh, you said square footage, so we just draw a line. Then how much wiring do I need? Okay.
So that's why I'm taking the AI consultant certification, because then I can turn around, because in there they teach you how to outsource it. Once you get enough of them, you can start outsourcing it, and they teach you how to do that in the AI consulting certification. I'm getting there. I might be too far ahead of myself, but I'm getting there.
I don't think so. I think you got a pretty good pace. What I was going to suggest was sometimes the things that we're working on, we really don't we don't owe it to anybody. We owe it to ourselves. I feel like when it's just me. I was sharing with my mom earlier on just how people have their idea of what I'm doing or what they feel I should be doing or whatever the case may be. But for something as this, what we want to be in the habit of is having always being aware of practicing professional dialogue so that when it's time to scale and get referrals, we're in flow where we're not in the business of saying, hey, I'm good at a lot of things that you don't credit me for. Could you imagine this? So instead of saying that, it's like, I have this software or this development going, I can help you with this. Where you're not sharing the secret sauce, I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
And I say that because yes, I'm super excited for you to get your first sale with this software and these new products. But I also want you to be able to build from that on the good foot, where it's like, okay, cool, I can do this for you. I ain't gonna tell you how I'm doing or what else I'm good at, but let's just focus on this. And what I also want to kind of shift to is, with these two things considered, we have a commercial creation service, and then we have app development right here.
Yep.
Now, my thing is, because you have an offer on the table for the two of these, I'm super excited. I look forward to hearing more about it. But what I'm also saying is, all of this has to be consolidated. Like,
Yeah.
the diabetic app, the healthy eating app, you have those things going. They're already one and done. Super excited. But when it comes to focus, let's say 7 days from now, right? You want to put as much attention on these two things as possible, because again, teaching people takes energy, and you got to charge, and you need to be in the flow of saying, hey, I educate people on this. That's one thought, right?
Yeah.
App development, you can do that or have it done, so you can scale that. Ebook creation, that could be a course, but if that much is sold, you got to send people on that. That is not much as a needle mover as that development. Consultation, this can be worked in with having the conversations like you mentioned earlier. So, and this go hand in hand. These two are scalable. These two are more about impact. Teaching people could be a course if it really is something you're passionate about. But in terms of focus, my suggestion is app development and weaving it to say, hey, there's discovery, then there's the consultation, and then it's app development, app dev, and or commercial creation. Now, the question is, have you quantified a cost for these services?
No, I haven't given him a cost. He just wants to see what I can do. Like I said, he wants to see what I can present.
Okay.
I can present him, but I'm not presenting it in what
I
he
understand.
thinks he's going to get.
We agree there. What I want to expound on is the price. Now, I'm not saying tell him the price. What I am saying is, I want to talk price, because the price psychologically affects everything else. And like, for me, I have a 5K offer. The fact that I have a 5K offer, it dictates how I communicate the value, because it's like, hey, you may pay 1,500, but after that is, hey, I got a 5K coaching program for 1,500, and not a 1,500 program for 1,500. And so that's my reason for bringing this up. What would you like to charge for? Let's say there are two separate offers. Let's say app development is one offer, and then commercial creation is the other. What would you like to charge for app development?
For app development,
Yes.
because I can do the app development myself, I would say 500. The commercial, I would go like 750. And out of that 750, I would make 500 because 250 would actually go to the person that's going to develop it.
What's your favorite number again?
9.
Oh, cool. So
You ask me that every time.
because
And you write it before I tell you every time.
I just want to make sure I'm tracking.
You are.
It's a memory exercise. But I bring that up because but here's the thing. Again, with the same in the same flow, app development is 900, commercial creation is 900. Now, here's what I'm saying. Hey, cuz, woo, I charge 900. I can do this for you for 500. After I offer you this service, anybody that wants what I did for you, I'm gonna charge them 900, and I'm gonna charge them 900, and you're gonna get some of that. Hey, cuz, I charge 900 for everything: commercial creation, app development. Feel me? But because of what it is, I can do that for you for 750. Anybody you know that want this service, I'm gonna charge them the same 900, and I give you a percentage, and we both eat. Or if it's not the kind of situation, hey, cuz I can do 500 and then 750. But here we have the value. The same way I'm telling people, I charge 5K for this, but you know what I'm saying, you could get it today for 1,500. One-time payment. Same thing. But in doing that, you start off on a good foot. You feel me? I'm tell you right now, app development for $500, when he finna charge thousands of dollars for the work, and the app is helping him make the money faster, this is the minimum. Now, again, what I'm also expressing is this is not even about whether he buys in or not, because you have the capacity to do these things. So, my stance on it is, you now can float these ideas and the language changes. So here's what I mean. If the same is true for the 900, then we can now say, I charge 900. Anybody you refer to me, I pay you 500. And I just learned this from a mentor of mine that's teaching me ads. He's like, hey man, you make the sale, then you empower the client by paying them to get you more clients. That's just something to consider as you lean into this or these new offers. How'd that sound?
Okay. That sounds good.
Well, here's what I know. I know, based on what you know, with these things here, you can pull in 10K in the next 30 days. I believe you to be able to do that much. I'm not saying go crazy, but what I'm also saying is it's doable. And all this would mean is, again, you're not gonna half of this with 5 people if it's the same 2 services. But it's just a thought, The next thing I want to talk about is, you mentioned you had diabetic app trials. People are trying it out. What are they saying?
Yeah. Ben told me he didn't know where he was getting these apps from. And he's like, Prima, those recipes are awesome. Now, what recipes the app's giving, I have no idea because I did not program the recipes in there. I just told the app, we have these products in the house and I need to make a diabetic meal. What can I make with it?
Right.
And it pops out the recipe. I don't put the recipes in there. I don't know shit about diabetic recipes. I couldn't tell you the first thing other than I know you're not supposed to have sugar in there. That's a gimme. So he's like, I don't know where you got these recipes from. He says, but they're good. And I told him, well, that's good. I'm glad that you like them. I said, so now ask Lima for my email address. I said, in fact, you have it. I said, send me a review on it. And then I told her I would call her on Thursday and see what she thought about them because he's not the only one eating them.
she's eating them too because it's a family deal. So now what I'm really curious with on this is that her using it, her daughter's beautiful, gorgeous little girl. She's tall, but she's a little bit on the heavy side. So I'm curious by doing these recipes if it's going to help her daughter in dropping some of her weight because her daughter is all, Mom, I can't have that because I'm going to get fatter. Mom, I can't have that because I'm going to get fatter. And I told her, I says, when Briella starts saying that, I said, you just tell her, these are recipes that daddy has to eat and you're not going to get fatter because they don't have sugar in them. To the contrary, it's going to help you so you don't become a diabetic like dad. I said, and see what she tells you. And then I told her, I said, and I'll get back with you on Thursday and see everything that we've talked about, where it's at and how it's going. I said, I want the good, the bad, and the ugly. And
Right.
she starts laughing and she says, like, I am going to sugarcoat anything. I'm like, okay.
Awesome. So, okay, what's the difference between the diabetic app and the healthy eating app?
The healthy eating app has items that diabetic people can't have. And the healthy eating app, you have fruits that diabetics cannot have because it's too high in sugar. You have vegetables that they can't have because it activates something in their system to cause their diabetes to go up. So it's just one is lower in sugar and stuff, and the other one it's normal healthy eating. One is healthy eating for diabetics and pre-diabetics, and the other one is healthy eating for anybody. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does.
Okay. And another thing is that in the diabetic, it's also good for people that have thyroid issues. Because what I didn't know is that people with diabetic, they're not really supposed to have a lot of grapefruit. People that have thyroid issues cannot have grapefruit. So, what do you use in place of grapefruit? Do you have any clue?
No,
Just a little education here. Pineapple.
that's good to know.
Pineapple basically does the same thing that grapefruit does. My husband always told me because my husband don't like grapefruit, but he'll eat a shit ton of pineapple. And he always told me I lose weight when I eat pineapple. I'm like, yeah, it's all in your head. It's what I always told him. Yeah, he would lose weight, but I never attribute it to having that the pineapple was actually helping along with the clean eating that I was giving him.
Right.
But it's true. Since I've done a whole lot of research and found this out, I was like, it is true. Pineapple does help you lose weight just like grapefruit does. It's not as quick as grapefruit, but you get there, and the sugar is not high either.
Cool. So, what I want to discuss now is a happy medium. And a happy medium is saying, hey, which one makes the most money? Which one provides the most impact? And I would say that the diabetic app has more of an impact because people that have diabetes or are pre-diabetic, it's super critical of what they eat, literally life or death
Yep.
situation. And
Yes.
so what I would suggest would be to hyper focus on that, just so as you become passionate in completing tasks, you don't get burnt out. Well, in the past year at least, is I can do what I've always done, but I would much rather be more effective and get things done faster. And what I'm saying is, when I was younger, I loved to have multiple projects going on because I was busy, I was in my flow, I felt fulfilled. Now I'm like, man, I've been doing this so long. I want to get to these time horizons. I want to get to these deadlines. I want to get to completing different parts of my business a lot faster. And a lot of times that comes by compressing ideas and shortening the time it takes for a thing, right? But also preserving the energy it takes to pull it off. And so, me illustrating this is to say, with this diabetic app, or what we would call, again, comprising the two names for diabetes app, right? Or healthy eating for diabetes and thyroid. We can literally say you're launching an EDT app, and that is, of course, the H is silent. That's a corny joke, but healthy EDT app, that's eating, diabetes, and thyroid. And I was like, okay, we could work with that. Healthy EDT app, cool. Diabetes and thyroid. You already have this up. You can do what you want with it. You know what I'm saying? That's cool.
Mm-hmm.
But for us and what we discussed on the call, I would love to discuss the possibilities of taking this and really floating it and fleshing it out. Because again, it's very niche, and it's like, well, with success, you want to have your best foot forward. And you want to make the most of your time into these businesses. And so I like that idea. How do you feel about this proposed healthy EDT app?
It sounds good. It really does. The only thing is that I need to do a little research on the thyroid. I know some, and I know the the recipes that you can do with having a bad thyroid and not having a thyroid at all. Not having a thyroid will cause you to gain weight. So that's where the healthy eating or the diabetes app comes in.
Question.
I do have a disclaimer because I saw you put disclaimer up there. Okay. I do have a disclaimer. I am not a doctor. I am not a food coach. I forget how I have it worded in my apps. I'm not a health, what's it called? A health specialist. All of this is what I have learned throughout my life. This is what has worked with me. If I advise you, highly advise you to consult your doctors
Right.
before you use this. I do have that disclaimer in both my apps and in all my ebooks.
Cool. Good stuff. So now we got that out the way. My question now is, when it comes to accessing this technology, how are they going to pay for it? Is it by the year? What's your thoughts on that?
Okay, on the app, I was thinking a one time deal, but I'm not sure because I need to look and see since Prima and my daughter are using the apps. They're the only two because I don't know if the app is charging me every time they use it because I did put money on the books for the app, but I don't know if it's depleted. And neither one of them has said anything. So that gives me an indication that there's still funds in there. Okay.
So based on this software technology that you have, what are you paying either per month or per year to have access to this software?
So I pay 15 a month.
Okay. Uh, my question is, when you tell somebody about this software, do you send them a link to access it?
Yes, they have to have a link to access it.
Cool. Perfect. So I need to hear it. Now that I know this, right? Here are my
Yeah.
thoughts. My thoughts now are,
So with my daughter and with Prima, the way that I had them access it is I sent them the link. Now what I'm going to do is I have beacons. Okay?
whatever you
So
mind.
I can put the link in my beacons and have it accessed that way.
Exactly. Now, how much you gonna charge?
That's what I don't know. That's where I'm like, do I charge? Do I charge because I pay 15 a month? Okay. So let's say 15 a month and I'm just going to lowball it here and say I get 10 people that want to access it.
Here's my suggestion. Because once you have the link, you have it.
Mm-hmm.
It just, the $9, anything monthly, it's just not gonna hit. Now,
Okay.
the fact that favorite number is 9, like me, you might well just go ahead and charge them either 90 or 99 for the year. Now, realistically, it's really like a lifetime access unless every year you put out a newer version.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll just do, and we'll say option A, lifetime, lifetime access, and then option B is going to be $99 a year.
Okay.
So with that being said, you have trials. Now we just need reviews for those trials. You know, if at least 9 of them. So now you can float this idea, see how sticky it is. Me personally, when it comes to this, my first priority is going to be asking the tough question of, am I gonna want to update this thing every year?
Say
Like,
that again.
okay. So what we're doing right now is we're fleshing out how the money is made with your healthy EDT app, right?
Mm-hmm.
We've already established, we have a disclaimer in place. We've already established the source of access is a link on your Beacons account. We've already established some pricing ideas. What I'm now saying is let's play out the scenario for your 2 options to monetize this thing. And what I was saying was, realistically, let's say this year, I'm just gonna go for it. Let's say this year you sell this software to 9,000 people. All right. Either way it go, it's gonna be 99. So that's technically 900K. So what I'm proposing is, let's say 9,000 people purchase access to the Healthy EDT app. If this happens today, from today to a year from today, right, and you up 900K, are you really going to want to update the app, or are you just going to refine what you already have? That's my question.
So I don't know if I'll really do a lot of updates to it
Okay.
yearly
Okay.
because it's pretty much already set. I already have what I think it needs. I mean, I don't really see anything else that it needs because I have another button for each of the categories.
Mm-hmm.
If I didn't have that other button, then yeah, I would update it
Okay, cool.
yearly.
Cool. That's right there. Love that. With that said, 9 months, I'm going to say
9 times 9 is 81.
90 people a month at basically $100 is like 9K a month. So that's my take on this. You have software that's going to bring in. Oh yeah, it went off again.
Yep.
Wait, my math
Let
is
me
off.
go in. Hold on. Let me go in here and mute this thing because it's driving me crazy.
Yeah, that's 9,000. Pretty cool.
Hopefully, that's the only one.
So I love this for you because all you need is 90 people, and you're making $9,000 a month, and it's lifetime. So you one and done, and you're good to go. They get the beacons, they get the link. You know what I mean? Plain and simple. So now we have a workflow. We kind of have, oop, I can't even see, an idea of, wait a minute, there we go. I can see it. Yeah, an idea of what the next month's gonna look like. I'm so proud of you. This is so awesome. I believe this is month 3 of us doing these calls. We're missing some weeks here and there, but right around 3 months. Super excited for what's to come with what you have been working on. And again, we're saying healthy EDT app, right? Healthy eating for diabetes and thyroid. You're gonna do more research on the thyroid. I'm just happy that there's a need for this. It's super niche, right? Definitely a profitable industry, and you're providing impact. Um, and so yeah, lifetime access. So now, okay, by tonight, depending on if you have the free time or not, you attach the link or the product to your beacons. You already got the quantity of time, already got the price. You can go to chat for the description, right? And you good to go. I love this for you. The next thing is I'm trying to remember. Did you set up a healthy her, social media account, or you're doing everything
No,
under your personal account?
no. I want to do one under Healthy Her, but I haven't set it up.
Have you purchased the Healthy Her domain name?
No, I need to go in and do that. And I haven't done it because I've had issues come up. So,
But no, I understand. I understand. I also say this. A while back, I used a domain name and I made it work. I would love to see, that's just if it makes sense. I would love to see healthy, healthyedt.app, right? Or .com or whatever. And then it goes straight to here. And there's the link. It is a little extra, but I always say if someone was under the influence, drunk, they should be able to remember whatever it is. And if they can't remember it, it's too wordy. And so in this scenario, they know it's an app, they know it's something to deal with diabetes and food, and they could make out what they think it is, right?
yeah.
So that's something to consider. Again, I'm just super excited. I'm in the process of preparing my ad campaigns to now start running ads. You and Shannon are the only ones that will benefit from this weekly calls. I only have this. Well, I'm no longer promote this. I just promote my mentorship. But with that, I'm running ads to get more clients going with that. I have one. My goal is to have 9 per quarter at 5K. That bring me 45 grand, right around 180,000 for the year. So I'm super excited about that. But I'm bringing it up because right now, based on my math, I'm looking at $500 on ads should bring me one client at 5K. And so when I think about what I'm doing and then what you're in the process of doing, what we now want to figure out is $90 on ads or 900 on ads is going to yield what kind of outcome. I would love if it costs $1 to acquire a customer. I would love for it to be for 90, right? And then 90 people spend 100, that brings in 9K lifetime access. And then if you do 900, I would love for it to be maybe, okay, cool, $2, no big deal. 450 people that are pre-diabetic or currently having diabetes now have access to something that can help not only live longer, but give them a better quality of life. And then that is 450 times 100, that's 45K right there. So I just wanted to just throw that in as a fun little nugget because yes, we have referrals and people, family, friends, loved ones, and they give great testimonials. But when you lock in the family and friends testimonials and reviews, that's gonna make this a lot easier because we can now say in the messaging, you know what I'm saying, my family and friends love it. If you're diabetic, whoop. Half of my family suffers from diabetes or are currently pre-diabetic, all the things. That's gonna make all this super awesome. I'm just excited for you, and I just know it's gonna take off, and you're gonna make a lot of money helping a lot of people.
Thank you. I appreciate you.
Yep. So I do want to go to questions and wrap up. Thoughts, questions, concerns, ideas.
No, but I'm sure that throughout the week I will because I have to put some stuff together for my consulting certification. So I know I'm going to have questions, and I'll reach out to get your input apart from my coach for my certification. So,
Okay.
and the person that I'm going to get my certification for, we've known each other. We started in this digital space together. It's crazy because we both started together and we both started with digital products, and both of us have like moved away from selling digital products and niche what we want down, but it's not in digital products. She does a lot of teaching and
Mm-hmm.
she's really down to earth. I just care about her a lot. I connect with her, and she's from the South, and so she has a little mouth on her.
Oh my goodness.
Which is great because I got a great big mouth on me.
Mhm.
We get along great, you know.
Right.
And so, and I love the fact that she is so down to earth, and she'll tell you, you know, you come into her, she has her community, and you come in and she offers a lot more than most communities do. And believe me, I'm in a lot of communities. I have 15 different communities.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I have a lot of communities, but I'm not active in all of them. So I have all these communities. Yeah, I go into all of them and I check out and see what's going on, but I'm not active in all of them. I'm only active in the ones that benefit what I want to do. You know what I mean?
Right.
But and she's real, and she'll tell you, I am so happy that you're in my community, but if you find that this is not your place, then I am not going to feel bad. I am not going to try and talk you into staying here. You can go ahead and leave and keep on walking. I don't have a problem with it.
Well,
And if you start drumming on her community, you're gone. She will boot you out quick. She don't care. She will boot you out. She don't put up with nonsense. And I
yeah,
love it about her. But that's how she is. And she didn't get to where she is by catering to everybody. That's for damn sure.
right. Well, I look forward to our call next week.
Truly.